Welcome back to Jersey Matters. There is frustration in Trenton that the New Jersey Senate is not holding hearings into the Murphy administration's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. So Republican senators are having their own hearings, independent hearings, run by Morris County State Senator Joe Pennacchio. I understand these are independent hearings. Explain exactly why and what that means.
Well, for almost the better part of a year, we've been asking the legislature, particularly the state senate, to have these oversight committee hearings with subpoena power. If you take a look at the nursing home debacle, you have 8,000 dead souls, of which they admit, and we have to find out reasons why they died. Is there something that we could have done maybe to prevent that? Or worse, did we do something to feed into that fire? So we were promised those meetings going back last spring, May, I believe. We also had dropped in the bill on 3 separate occasions. Our caucus brought that bill up as far as having the Oversight Committee as the bill of the day. And on 3 separate occasions during the Senate session, it was knocked down. Unfortunately, it was knocked down on a partisan basis. We are inviting the administration to participate. We're inviting the various departments to participate. And we are also asking them to do something which hasn't been done, which is put some transparency on this whole process. So we're opening a number of documents. We don't feel hopeful that they are going to participate, and we don't feel hopeful that they are going to comply with the OPA requirements.
What happened? Because several months ago, I interviewed Senate President Steve Sweeney and asked him about hearings, and he said, of course we have to have hearings.
Listen, it was a mistake during a crisis, but to deny the mistake would be wrong. It was a mistake, Larry, and we need to ensure that that doesn't happen again.
What happened since then?
Well, that's a good question. I wish I could answer it for you. That's a question better asked of the Senate President and, frankly, the caucus itself. Perhaps there was pressure put on them by the administration, what to do and what not to do. But these questions have to be answered. You have relatives and loved ones of at least 8,000 nursing home deaths and people that died in nursing homes. And that's not counting nursing home fatalities that died in hospitals. That's not counting nursing home staff that died. So I don't know if you know, recently the Attorney General of New York State, Democrat, chastised Governor Cuomo because there was an underestimation of deaths in nursing homes. It was horrific to begin with, and to think that they underestimated those deaths by 50% begs the question, did we do the same? At this point, we need independent study. We need subpoena power. As much as we're going to try to shine the light on what happened with my committee once it begins, we don't have that subpoena power. So we will be asking the administration to contribute, to come and tell the public, New Jersey, exactly what they did and why they did it. But again, we're not holding hope, because there's a history of almost a year going on right now, of where there is an embargo on the truth. The first meeting, we will deal entirely with the nursing home issue. It's an important enough issue for us to take it and devote our entire time to that. Subsequent meetings right now, tentatively, will be dealing with the failures of New Jersey state government as it relates to the DMV, as it relates to unemployment. And we'll also be dealing with and trying to ask the same question of why, at this point, 30% of small businesses have failed. What did the administration do, to feed into that fire? Is it true that a virus is more deadly at 10:01 p.m. than it is at 9:59? Where's the science? The only science I've seen so far said that the spread of COVID happens, I think they give restaurants 1.57% credit for that happening there. The vast majority of COVID spreads happen within families. In close quarters. So again, knowing that, or trying to apply little science and some rhyme and reason, and then decimating our business community, our restaurant community, we are going to have people that are going to be testifying that will be putting a human face to that, whether it's the nursing home debacle or whether it's those failed businesses, Larry. But to me, hopefully it'll be about the science. Hopefully it'll be about public policy, and we can get those answers, from academics and from scientists and from public advocates.
So throughout going up to the hearings, which I guess are in March, we're going up to the hearings, and even during the hearings, you would be willing to change the format at any time if the governor wants to join in or if the other Democrats want to join in. You will make it bipartisan on a moment's notice.
Our hope is to make it bipartisan, and again, with subpoena power. We want no less for this committee hearings than they did when they shut down the George Washington Bridge. Nobody died. They put some cones, they redirected traffic, they caused problems with traffic for whatever reasons, okay? And yet they had a feeding frenzy. And immediately the committees were set up with subpoena power, and so some of the truth supposedly started to come out. Don't you think 8,000 dead souls just in nursing homes alone and 30% of failed businesses, don't you think they deserve the same courtesy, Larry? I think they do.
Sarah, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time today. Senator Joe Pennacchio from New Jersey's 26th Legislative District. Still to come on Jersey Matters.
The First Deaf Cafe in the city of Newark is struggling amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, while they're asking the community for help.